Okay, guys, welcome back to Tactical Tuesday here on the Tactical Rifleman channel, and I need somebody to type. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm looking. Yes, I hear you in Massachusetts. Nice. Hey, first, if I look like I'm doing the old talking heads thing, it's because we're having buffering issues with our internet connection here in Kentucky. So, hey, I live in Kentucky. I have Kentucky internet. So, anyways, welcome. And you know the deal. Keep it clean, guys. We've already had to pop a couple of trolls. Not you, Jerry. Your joke was funny-ish. It's just we had to delete that comment. All right. I'm gonna start it off as always. I have to thank my patrons. Always my patrons first, then my sponsors. I've got Sportsman's Guide. They take care of a lot of us. What do they call us? Media influencers. I've never been called a media influencer before. Well, I was riding on an Osprey going across Baghdad, middle of the dark. If somebody had walked over me, keyed the intercom and said, "Hey, Sergeant Major, next year when you're out of the Army, you're thinking about being a media influencer," I would have told him to suck a dick. I probably would have told him to unhook and get out of the bird. Here I am. Why am I doing this? Because honestly, this is a way for me to get my message out to you guys. So I appreciate companies like Sportsman's Guide supporting us. I got a couple other sponsors also. We still have Global Ordnance. And if you use the promo code TACTICAL, it'll save you $50 off of one of their Strybogs, which is that little 9mm subgun. Thing is sexy. I'm still waiting to get mine. And then we've also got Big Daddy Unlimited. Now, Big Daddy Unlimited, they're one of those things you sign up for and you save money. It's like Sam's Club and all, except you save money on guns and ammo, everything else. Supposedly, I get a percentage of your purchases if you sign up. I've never had anybody sign up and use the promo code for Tactical Rifleman because I don't really know what it is. I'm not good at this business thing. I'll figure it out. I don't care. Anyways, if you're interested in sponsoring Tactical Tuesday live stream, reach out to Leviathan Group. You'll see their little logo popping up also down here on the screen. Chad is here. He's flying the computer. He's going to try to keep our stream as smooth as possible. My wife just came in upstairs, so I'm sure, is going to be stalking me on her phone in the next room over, which is all good. I love my wife. I really do. So anyways, you know the deal. I'm here to answer your questions. I have a couple topics I want to talk about on my own, but as always, you know, I put out a new video every Friday, but Tuesdays I save for you. First up, I got Marty McFly just threw down a $10 bill. Man, thanks for all your videos and all that you guys do at Tactical Rifleman. Marty, I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, for sure. No more joke, Jerry J. Thanks, Jerry. I appreciate it. Jerry is actually coming, hopefully, to our Patreon class. It's just for patrons. We're a month away, Jerry. It's going to be a great course. I know Jerry's driving down. He's bringing all his own guns and ammo. Jerry, if you've got any extra stuff for the other patrons that are coming in, bring that stuff for them so I don't have to bring all this gear for Susan, Glenn, both them coming from Australia, and some of our other patrons that are flying in. We got Eddie Fan coming all the way in from behind enemy lines in California. He'll be bringing his California compliant AR rifle, and from there, you know, as soon as he lands in the airport, he immediately converts it back to American standards, which I think is awesome. The guy's got it down to a science. Krusty Brook and hi, Carl and Chad. That's from Krusty on the other side of the planet.
Hey, Krusty.
That's 79.99 Australian dollars, which I think is about 70 US bones. We like bones. Bones are good. Mike Mick Best cheap gear for bleed out mass cash bag. Thanks. Mike, thanks for bringing that up right away, because we're perceived as a gun channel. We're a gun channel. I've got a wall full of guns. I got another wall full of pictures of guns. We're a gun channel, but we're not. I'm all about shoot, move, and communicate. Part of you being able to shoot means you've got to keep the red blood cells inside your own body. Part of you being able to move means you need to be able to keep red blood cells inside your body and everybody else's bodies. And part of you being able to communicate, likewise, you still got to keep the red blood cells inside your body. So, with all that, I like to focus on medical training, and not just that you need to do it a lot or that you need to learn it, but you need to practice it, stay up on it. And if you haven't taken a good medical class yet, you need to do that. But Mike's question specifically is best/cheap gear for bleed out mass cas bags. There's all kinds of sexy bags, medical kits you can buy, ATS Tactical Gear, they make all kinds of med pouches, but they don't pack the med pouches. They sell ballistic nylon pouches. Lots of people that make pouches. Now, I want to caution everybody about buying pre-made medical bags, because that's just like a pre-made survival bag. If you buy a pre-made survival backpack, even though the company might have had the best of intentions to put out a great survival kit, they always go down the same sewer. They like, well, if we cut out this $200 Leatherman and we put it in a $32 multi-tool, we've just saved this much money profit margin. And survival pre-made commercial survival kits are made for profit for that company. Now, I want you to look at their inventory lists, but then I want you to make your own kits. Same thing with medical gear. Don't buy pre-made big mass trauma kits, and you can get nice blowout kits and stuff. There are some. I specifically recommend North American Rescue, but if you're gonna look at these lists of these big first aid, big trauma packs, look at them and then decide, what do I really need? Okay. For example, do you really need them to give you all these cards with this stuff? And anyway, there's lots of medical gear that is okay, but do I need individually wrapped aspirin, individually wrapped Tylenol? In that same space, you can go pull all that crap out, put in adult-sized bottles, and carry some volume, because you're going to need this stuff. I just use that as an example. As far as cheap, don't go with cheap. If you're buying trauma gear, I want you all to be careful of Chinese knockoffs. You hear it all over the news. Trump is bitching about Chinese stealing technology. I see it firsthand. The Atlas bipod is expensive. It's an expensive bipod because B&T Industries makes top quality stuff. Well, I heard about a SEAL bitching to them at SHOT Show. As soon as they got their Atlas bipods, as soon as they took them out of the box, these bipods fell apart. Atlas bipods don't come in a box. They come sealed in a Ziploc bag. And so why am I saying that? I'm saying that because when they paid another company to order all this military gear for them before deployment, these SEALs paid this other company to buy this gear, and to save money, instead of buying the $300 Atlas bipod, they bought the $30 Chinese copy that's about made for an airsoft rifle. Now, that to me is criminal. That company knew they were getting a counterfeit product and they should go to jail. I don't blame the Chinese for stealing our stuff. We would try to steal their stuff if their stuff was better, which it's not, right? But they're doing the same on every subject, such as medical gear. So you'll find CAT tourniquets, you'll find soft T wide tourniquets, you'll find Halo chest seals, you'll find all this medical equipment that when you look for it at like North American Rescue, the company that actually makes most of this stuff, they'll have it for a set price. If you go to Amazon, you'll find it, the prices are almost identical, and then you'll find one where it's like half the price, and everybody's buying the half price one. No, guys, that's not, just because it says it's the real thing, it's not. It's a Chinese knockoff. You're taking a chance with a tourniquet that's going to snap the first time you put it on strong enough. You're taking a chance putting on a chest seal with an adhesive that's made with an adhesive that's not going to stick to a wet, sweaty chest. So anyways, do not skimp on medical gear. Figure out the bare minimum that you need and then buy good stuff. There's certain things I don't skimp on, guys. I don't skimp on them. I don't. And medical gear is one of them. It really is. Anytime you're doing safety or life support equipment, you don't skimp on that stuff. Guys, I'll skimp on ammo. I'll skimp on optics. I'll skimp on gun parts, except for my work gun. But I'm not skimping on anything that says life support equipment. All right? Good coffee, good coffee. Did I mention that our friend from one of our viewers here on Tactical Tuesday, she actually became a patron. She just sent me a little care package. Ain't that nice? I'm about to crack it open. I don't need in yet because she... I'm still digging into her last bag, but I've got plenty of coffee and I'm ready to visit you guys here. All right, so I got a couple more. Sherry's back, $2. Sherry just wanted to just throw a $2 bill down. What's included in the October Patreon class? Nolan, I appreciate you asking. Day 1, which I believe is Friday. No, day one is a Friday. That is the beginner's course. So if you're, let's say you want to bring your wife with you, or you're completely new to guns, high-risk travel, escapology, anything being that comes to being a capable citizen, if you're scared, come do the beginner's course. That's the class that we're sending the Australians to. We're sending one of the patrons' wives to. My wife's going to be there. And that is a beginner's class. Talk about how to use a rifle, how to use a pistol, how to use a shotgun, how to do this, how to do that, how to be safe with all the basics. Then day 2, 3, and 4, we're covering all kinds of stuff. We're going to cover trauma. We're going to do a half day of trauma medicine based on the military tactical combat casualty care format, not watered down for civilians, modified for civilians, all right? Military guys, they always got that medical kit with them everywhere they go. It's on their body armor. No, I have modified the class so it's for the civilians that you can expediently make tourniquets while you're at the mall, or you're at that country music concert in Las Vegas, wherever you're at. We're going to cover escapology, how to get out of flex cuffs, how to get out of handcuffs, how to get out of zip ties, duct tape, all kinds of stuff. We're going to cover lock picking. We're going to cover high-risk travel, how to travel the planet without looking like an ugly American, and how not to look like an easy target, how to be that gray man, how to be smart on the airplane, how to be smart while riding around, smart in hotels, things like that. We're going to go do some long-range shooting. We're going to do a bunch of night shooting, and we're going to do close quarters home defense. So we're actually going to be doing CQB using UTM conversion kits in the actual ARs and pistols. That's a lot to fit in one little 4-day class, don't you think? It is. That's why it's taken me 3 months to wire all this stuff together. Cool part is that Saturday night just happens to be the night shoot at Knob Creek. So if you've ever heard of the Knob Creek machine gun shoot, we're going to take break from class early, and we are going to carpool to Knob Creek, and we're going to pay us a little bit of money, and we're going to put some of the patrons behind the machine guns and the miniguns and everything else with all the tracers, and we're going to have us a good time. We're going to visit with other good Americans while we're out there. So anyways, that's the Patreon class. Nolan, I appreciate you asking. Bill B just threw down a $5 bill. Hey, Chad, thanks for all you do. Keep this thing going. That's for you, brother. Chad's not paying attention. He's over here checking his texts. He's actually getting texts from the film crew in New York City trying to tell him what to do to fix this feed. Sherry Champagne, 10 bones. Carl, What's faster at shooting long-range targets, a bolt-action rifle, a semi-automatic rifle, or Randy with his tomahawks? Sent you more coffee last week. I hope you enjoyed it. Sherry, you weren't paying attention. I just mentioned you a minute ago. Thank you for the coffee. It has arrived safe and sound.
Can I vote that the answer to that one is Randy with his tomahawks?
Chad votes Randy's faster with his tomahawk. That's because Randy throws with both hands, but we've actually done a video. It's one of our earlier videos. So if you guys have not seen it before, you can actually go back through our video archive. And one of the first videos I did was, which is faster, bolt gun or tomahawk? Not tomahawk, bolt gun or a gas gun. What I did was I put out 40, I think it was 40 clay pigeons at it was a random distance. I want to say it was like 350 or something like that. And the bolt gun guy did good. He almost caught the gas gun guy, but that's because Keith Gipple behind the gas gun, he had a jam changing mags. He was out of practice. He hadn't had to swap mags in a SR-25 real quick in quite a while. But the gas gun's always going to win. The first time I actually did that drill was in Jordan with 71st CT, the Jordanians counter-terrorist force. And they had their Steyr SSGs, which is a bolt gun. And we put 5 of them against me with the SR-25. And we didn't have clay pigeons, but what we had were cases of Bebzi Cola, Bebzi, because there's no P in the Arabic language. So we took cases of Bebzi Cola and we lined up these Pepsi cans on the berm. And I started at one end, they started at the other. And the 5 of them against me. And I think I made it about 2/3 of the way across before they caught up with me. We weren't doing it at 350. It was 200 meters. It was nothing fancy. Excellent question, though. All right, what do we got here? I think I missed one. Jerry J, awesome Friday video, Carl. I'm glad you liked it. This Friday's video, you guys are going to like. I've been getting a lot of comments how they liked the videos that Z did about shoot, move, communicate, team videos. And it's a rough road for me to walk because I don't like sharing tactics that would help our enemies. And Z wants to do a lot of these videos. So I'm like, all right, so let's do techniques and procedures. So we're doing tips. So this week's video, it's a nice short video. It's actually part 3 in Z's series of videos for buddy team movement, how to shoot, move, communicate together as a team. And it's more talking about communications with you and your partner. So nice, easy video, nothing crazy. But yeah, it's a good video. It's a good video. All right, next one is from the New York City Drummer 23. How you doing, brother? Up there behind enemy lines. How does one get chosen or sign up for the October Patreon shoot? Also, haven't forgotten about setting class up here in New York. Still working on it. Thanks for all your content and service. First, you have to be a patron. If you're already a patron, then you're golden. To sign up for any of our classes, you go to tacticalrifleman.com, click on events, or you can go straight to the store and you'll see where it says classes, courses, and you'll be able to find a Patreon event there. Now, once we verify for sure that you're a patron, then you can sign up for it. I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but we are saving this class just for patrons because this is one of those classes where I've basically apologized to the wife up front and said, look, we're not going to make a lot of money off of this class. We're not, because we're going all out. We're going to show the patrons a great time, and I'm bringing in a lot of great guest instructors, and we're gonna go all out. It's gonna be a party. We're going to let our hair down. It's going to involve a lot of moonshine, a lot of wine, a lot of Kentucky bourbon, and a lot of good food, and we're going to have a blast. But anyways, you can, if you are a patron, you can sign up for that at tacticalrifleman.com. Mike is back. Any legal ramifications of losing my guns while canoeing? I don't even know where that hypothetical question would come up.
Yeah, last week. Remember we lost
losing
all
my
our
guns.
Remember we lost all our guns last week?
I have not lost mine yet, but let it be known to the world, I often kayak with I often canoe with all my guns. So what accidents may happen someday, but they haven't happened yet. Mike, I'm sorry to hear you lost your guns while canoeing. That's sad, brother. We need to work on that because I hear it's going to become an epidemic soon. Nolan Champion has just thrown down a $5 bill. When's the next advanced AR pistol class? I just missed the sellout. The next advanced class, we haven't added it to the calendar yet, but I'm on the fence. I'm either going to do it in June or July. I know that's hot to be doing it at Rock Castle, but the hot doesn't bother me. It really doesn't, because before I feel sorry for you, I want you to feel sorry for all the guys wearing body armor overseas right now in the Horn of Africa, in the Middle East, and in the stands. So I have worn body armor with a protective gas mask in the African heat on practice missions, and it sucks. So I don't have any sympathy for anybody. So it looks like the next advanced pistol carbine class will be in June. Excellent question. I'm going to be adding it to the calendar soon. In addition to that, for the guys that have already done the advanced class or just love doing the tests, we get a lot of questions about just doing the CTEs, the critical task evaluations. They're fun. They're fun to do. A lot of people have adopted them as drills that they do at home, which is good because a lot of units do those same CTEs. So me and Z, then this is Z's idea, I'm giving him all the credit, is we want to do a just test course. We're going to call it the CTE course, and you come take it. It's for guys that have already done the CTEs, the MARQUAL, some of our other tests, and we're going to start off right at the beginning with the test, but then we're going to go test by test, and we're going to show you how to improve. We're going to evaluate. So rather than just doing the test for the first time in one of our courses or teaching yourself from watching the video, you're going to have me and Z and the other tactical rifleman instructors right there watching you one-on-one doing the test, and we're going to give you on the spot pinpoint tips on how to fine tune those shooting skills, make you a better shooter when you're doing these tests. And then the end of the course, that whole last afternoon, is nothing but doing all the tests for score. And we're going to post them on the internet, and you'll be able to see which guys that come and sign up for the course are ninjas and which ones are not. So anyways, look for both of those next summer. All right, next one after that, Vijay Thacker. The U.S. Army looks to be replacing the M4 Colt 556 with the 6.8 round. Looks like the Colt M4 556 is going the way of the Beretta M9. Thoughts? Yeah, it is. I don't know which platform it is yet, but I just heard through the grapevine the other day that it is official, that basically SOCOM, Department of Defense, whoever it was, they have decided what the new U.S. military battle rifle is going to be. From what I've heard, it is a 6.8, but I've also heard it's not the 6.8 SPC. It's a different round. I don't know how they modified it, and I also don't know which platform it was. I heard General Dynamics was competing, SIG was competing, and some other company. I do not know which one made the final cut. As soon as I find out, you'll know. That said, 556 and the AR platforms are not going anywhere for a long time. As a matter of fact, if you remember when the old M1 carbines were eventually replaced by the M16s, the M14s. There was a big flood of M16s hitting, M1s hitting the market. We're hoping to see the same thing. You'll have all these departments trading in AR rifles. So expect the prices on them to come down, but also expect a big media frenzy and all the gun companies losing their minds trying to be the next first company to add all the great parts for whichever gun is adopted. It's going to be expensive right off the bat. Nobody will have them except for the ultra rich and the ultra connected. So it doesn't matter. My thing is, don't sweat it. I'm hoping they went for a better rifle, something better. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is they tried to force the SCAR down our throats. All right. They tried to force the SCAR down our throats. We wanted a better cartridge. We actually, 5th Group, started carrying 6.8 in Afghanistan. Why were we doing that? They're like, the guys from Delta stopped Steve Holland at SHOT Show, and they asked Steve, I was standing right there, what makes you think 6.8 is any better than 6.9 or 6.7? And Steve looked at him and said, because it's here right now. We've got 250,000 rounds and we need something better than 5.56. Made total sense to me. So anyways, they quickly squashed 6.8, but they'd already started down the road replacing the M4s with the SCARs, the selection. I was actually, a couple of the guys from my A team, Jake Traeger, a couple other guys went to the big SCAR testing. They weren't awesome. They weren't. The SCAR, the FN, which, is basically a copy of the Robinson Arms XCR, and then the Bushmaster ACR, which was originally designed by Magpul. You notice they all look identical, right? Somebody was copying somebody. What did it really bring? Don't get me wrong. I love my XCR. The thing is awesome. It is awesome. But to replace every M4 on the planet, I want something new. I want something better. And if you're not going to change the caliber, you're not giving me anything. Oh, but Carl, you can change barrel lengths. You can pull the barrel off of a SCAR light or a SCAR heavy. Pull the barrel out, put a new barrel length in, and now you've got to re-zero it. I don't have to do that with my AR. I can take my shorty AR, push 2 pins, take that upper off, put my long upper on with the optic already on it, push 2 pins. I now have a zeroed AR upper. I need a better gun. So I like that SIG. I like what SIG did with the MPX and the MCX. I think the MCX and 300 Blackout is a sexy gun. It might be great in 6.8. I don't know. I just know the MPX is not as reliable as my CMMG Banshee. It's not as reliable. So anyways, we'll find out who won it. And when I find out, y'all will find out, and I'll do my homework. I'll see if I can get my hands on one of them right away. All right. Rob just threw down a $20 bill. Good evening, Carl. Shout out to Chad, the Tactical Rifleman Enabler. Yeah, I should have my feelings hurt that you're getting more shout outs than I am today. I'm completely good with that, though.
Facilitate their Carl Erickson fix.
Is that what it is?
I think that's probably what it is.
Oh, that's just making my nipples hard. Just
sorry, guys, gotta go.
Self-promoting yourself. Just self-promoting yourself.
No.
I'm all about it. All right, Jerry J's back with a $5 bill. I really like Emery. He has almost the same paint as me. I have multicam urban line. Sexy. Guys, Emery is the guy from the Louisville Army they've brought in to be their combatives and small arms instructor. Emery is a wealth of knowledge. Emery grew up in America as an American, but he's a Jewish American. He went and joined the Israeli Defense Force, was in their special ops units. He's now back American. Now, I like Emery because I our U.S. snipers have learned a lot from Israeli snipers and Canadian snipers and German snipers. Why? Well, because it's always good to learn from other people. I like getting lots of different ways to do things. And that's the cool part about the Israelis is because they don't do shit anywhere near like the rest of us do. They don't. They do a lot of stuff different. John Burton, not gonna talk to him right now. These guys, dude, they just decide they want to call me right in the middle of a live stream. He knows I'm live right now. He wants to talk online, and it's not his turn to talk. All right. So anyways, I like Emery because Emery gives a different view that a lot of our viewers are not used to seeing. So to me, bringing Emery in as part of the Tactical Rifleman team was a no-brainer. Like I said, I'm not prejudiced against nobody. Right? We're all supposed to be on the same team. We like guns. We're big on Second Amendment and everything. Sounds great. So why have I had to delete so many anti-Israeli comments on his video? Guys, he's not with the Israeli government. You understand? He's not. Okay, you hate the Israeli government. Okay, a lot of us hate the U.S. government. If it was up to me, politicians would come between deer and turkey season. All right, it's just as soon as you tell me you're a career politician, I lose all respect for you. All right, he's not. Emery's a wealth of knowledge, and anyways, you'll be seeing more videos for Emery in the future. And I don't care if people don't like Emery. I don't care. I'm pretty sure there are other internet channels people can go to.
I'm pretty sure they won't tell.
There's a couple dozen out there.
They won't tell Emery to his face.
Yeah.
They don't like him.
That's fine. David Richardson's back with a $10 bone. Any issue with remanufactured rounds? Looking at Black Hills remanufactured 50 grain ammo, and it's much cheaper. When you're going to a major company like Black Hills and they say that it's remanufactured, that's them taking their own brass and reloading it. In other words, it's not virgin brass anymore. Guys, I got no problem with you using Black Hills remanufactured ammo. That said, when you go to a gun show and you can find tables full of remanufactured ammo that's from Billy Bob's Shake Shack, that's some redneck's reloading press. Right? Don't get me wrong, I reload my own ammo, okay, but I don't reload my own ammo to sell. And there's a lot of guns, a lot of gun manufacturers that will not allow you at like competitions and range days, and they won't allow you to shoot remanufactured ammo through their guns for a good reason. It's not for liability reasons. It's not because of lawyers. It's because these small time remanufacturers don't have that quality control. And if you're out at the range and you pay $20 to shoot your 50 rounds through one of the full auto Glock pistols, if you're shooting bad reloads and all of a sudden you have a squib and then you run 4 more rounds behind it and you blow this gun up, one, you're potentially hurting yourself, but you're destroying a sexy gun. And so anyways, I don't mind certain companies remanufactured ammo. I trust my own ammo, but a lot of other ones that I won't.
Our best AR shooter this weekend in 5.56 was actually shooting the red and Black Hills 77 grain.
Which is remanufactured. You hear that? We just did our Precision Rifle 101 class this weekend, and we had 2 5.56 shooters, and the better of the two was actually shooting, you said red and black?
It's the red and black box.
Red and black box, remanufactured Black Hills match ammo. So it performed very, very well. He got out past 700 meters with that.
860 was his last target.
850?
860. 860
meters with the Black Hills 77 grain, and that was the remanufactured ammo. Crazy part, guys, was he was using a 1-to-6 power scope.
Yep. Solid shooter.
How can you do that?
Solid
Fundamentals. And what does magnification do for you? Now, remember, there are service rifle competitors that shoot iron sights out to 1,000 yards. It's the gun, guys. It's the ammo, guys. Optics allow you to see the target better. They've got other advantages too, but if you have the fundamentals down packed and you're flying good ammo through a good rifle, you can shoot with iron sights out to 1,000 yards. All right. Jerry J's back, $5 bill. FN Scar is not that good. I agree, it is not a game changer. And I'm not bashing the Scar. I have an ACR. I have the XCR. The XCR is hands down the better of the three. I like the ACR. I like the Scar, but all my muscle memory is with ARs because that's what I had my whole life. And like you said, it's not a game changer. It's really not. Thacker's back again. Sorry, I forgot to say that SIG won both the replacement of the SAW and M4 rifle. Really? Which model was it? I'd love to know. Cool. That's awesome. Emery is awesome. Friday video was epic. That was Krusty coming back with a 31 Australian dollar bill. That's got a picture of the kangaroo going. You know it does.
MB said he's got a range ready to support a class in Detroit, Michigan.
Who does?
MB.
MB.
Yeah, that's his name, MB.
MB in Detroit, Michigan says he's got us a range.
Yeah, says he's got us a range.
Brother, if you've got us a range in Detroit, Michigan, I know of a student up there named Sarah and another one called Jay. Jay lives like an hour or a half hour out of Detroit. And so that's three, you plus them, that's 3 students right there. Find me 6 more students and we'll book that class for you. Would love to do it. Jerry J's back. I would use the Czech CZ 806 Bren 2 instead. Jerry, I'm not going to say I'm familiar with the Bren 2. I'm not. I will say that that's some damn good coffee, though. That's some good coffee. All right, David Richardson just threw down a $10 bill. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks for the reply, gentlemen. You are welcome. See this right here, guys? This is the cold brew maker that I got from my best friend, Casey. Casey's awesome. Casey don't watch our live streams. He doesn't have to. Casey can pick up the phone whenever he wants and call me. Casey used to be a patron, and then his wife made him take out a loan for $900,000. A lot of money. Not a big fan of her. You have another one come in. Okay. Mike, thoughts on the SIG 320? Thinking about buying one. Which one's the 320? That's a big Army one.
Yeah, the SIG 320, that's the modular one you can change out. And
that's the
stuff with, yeah.
M17, M18. Yeah, it's a good pistol. All right. Yeah, what can I say? That the SIG M17 it's a good pistol. It's a good pistol. I will be getting one here once I can get SIG to share one with me. I'm not going to spend money on it because I'm a Glock guy. But I do need to get one so when students show up with them, I'll have the muscle memory to train with them. Because if the way my holster is set up on my belt, guys, is it's got the clip, the Safariland clip, so I can take it off. So if I have a class full of Marine Force Recon guys, they're all running 1911s, I can clip on a 1911 holster. If it's all regular Army or old Army guys with Berettas, National Guard guys, I can clip my Beretta holster on. If it's SF guys with Glocks, I can clip my Glock holster on. If it was SEALs with their old SIG, I could clip my SIG holster on. And now I need to get myself a 320 holster. It's a good gun, guys. It is. I've shot it a bunch. I don't have the muscle memory down yet. I'm not to where I would consider myself a subject matter expert on it. So I don't. But what I'll do is if I know a student is coming to class with a SIG 320, I make sure I bring one of the other instructors will be up on it. I'll conquer it. I will. It's a new pistol. Invest in one, Mike. Go for it.
Nolan.
Which one?
Question.
From who?
Nolan. It's Nolan's about
Nolan,
17-year-olds.
would you have a problem with mature and safe 17-year-old taking any of your courses? How do you get notices when classes come out? Nolan, excellent question. You don't get classes other than watching, you don't get notifications other than on Tactical Tuesday. But if you go to tacticalrifleman.com, we have our calendar up. And matter of fact, I just listed most of the courses for next year. We'll keep adding more, but basically we've put all the courses, majority of the courses for next year. We've just populated our schedule. So Operation Valkyrie's on there. Operation Wally for this December has just been added. We've got Operation Bloodbath for next November. There's a couple other courses. We list the dates for the NRA convention, SHOT Show, things like that. And then all of our classes. As far as a 17-year-old, I have taught 12-year-olds. So long as the guardian also attends the class as a paying student. I love to see father-son, father-daughter, mother-son combos come attend courses. It's a great bonding experience for the parent and the child. And so long as you vouch for their maturity and more importantly, their safety with firearms, I don't have time to teach that. We're going to go over it. I'm going to beat it into everybody's head. I'm going to explain to you the different side of firearm safety, but I don't have time to be teaching the basics. By saying the other side, we are big on combat shooting. So people have to understand the 180 rule of a flat range. All the targets are in that direction. That is not real life. You need to be safe enough with your firearms so that you can work on a 360-degree range because those bad guys might be there, they might be there, they might be there. You need to be able to deal with that in a safe manner. So Nolan, if you vouch that they're safe, bring them. Bring them. I have no problem with it at all. Not at all. Mike is back. I'm sorry, I already got that one. Rich Whitman threw down a $10 bill. Taxes made it $9.99. Tactical Rifleman Nation. Hi, Carl, and my best to Tactical Rifleman crew. Hello. All right, and then VJ's back. VJ's back. I've shot over 3,000 rounds through my SIG M17. It's outstanding. My wife, however, tested a bunch of guns, and she selected the Glock Gen 5 17. Unfortunately, I lost all my guns on a canoe, too. Well, that sucks. That sucks. I know you broke your wife's heart when that happens. Fortunately, hopefully she can still maintain her muscle memory. Got to practice with them, guys. I'm pretty good in a canoe. Accidents do happen. I'm pretty good in canoe. I don't see my guns going anywhere anytime soon. Mexican Bagpiper 96 is back. Before I even read it, I want to say hi to you and your brother down there in Texas, and I'm hoping you guys can make our Texas class. I'm going back to San Antonio late October. That's a little over a month away, guys. It's going to be the classes that you two have already taken. But honestly, you know the deal. I would take those classes. I would take them once a month if I could, just because it's great training. Now I'm going to read your comment. Hey, Carl, scenario, : driving home from work and driving by a wreck. EMTs are a bit away and you can respond, but it's balls hot outside and you need to get people away from the wreck for whatever reason. But it's balls hot outside and you need to get people away from the wreck for whatever reason. Okay, I guess you could just point in another direction and say, look, Britney Spears, and hope all the snowflakes run in that direction. That's half the crowd. And then you could slap all the rest of them with common sense. Hey, if the car's on fire, get away from it. I don't know why you would want them to get away from the wreck. Balls as hot doesn't bother me. Flames don't bother me. Guys, hair will grow back. It's better to have burns and scars than to let somebody else suffer. So if you come up on a wreck and the EMTs are not there yet. Whether you have medical training or not, you need to be a good Samaritan. We have it laid upon all of our shoulders to help each other. That's the only way we're ever going to make it through this life. So everyone pull over and help if there's a wreck until EMS gets there. Now, that said, if you have medical training, okay, you have to help. I know legally you don't have to, but just remember the order. Now, everybody, when we teach medical, we teach security first. All right, shoot back. All right, so you don't become another casualty, but then after that, it's massive bleeding and then airway, breathing, circulation. Basically, you have a different dynamic with a motor vehicle accident. So you really don't. Okay. Starts off the same: security. You don't have to shoot back. You don't have to shoot the car. The car's not going to hurt you, but be secure. In other words, if there's gasoline pooling, back everybody away. Make sure you're not getting ready to get hit by a tractor trailer truck flying down the road, right? But after that's done, that's the easy part. If you're pulling somebody out of the car, remember to think C-spine. The cervical spine is very, very easy to damage in whiplash. Somebody doesn't have the headrest up high enough head on, or getting hit behind, even if they're still fine, if they've snapped those cervical vertebrae, it may not cut that spinal cord, but if you start moving them around, dragging them out, that broken bone will, you could possibly paralyze them. Now, that said, if the vehicle's on fire, it's better to be paralyzed from the neck down than it is to be dead from the forehead down. All right, so you get them out of the vehicle, but if you don't have to get them out of the vehicle, if it's not on fire, you leave them there for the paramedics to get there, because to get somebody with a possible cervical spine injury out of a vehicle, right? How do you know they have a cervical spine injury? Unless you've got a portable x-ray machine and a doctor to read it, all you've got to go off of is a mechanism of injury, a car wreck. So its potential is there. So leave them in the car, let the paramedics show up. They've got special braces and stuff that put the seat collar on, and there's all kinds of seats they can sit, strap them down, half height boards, full length boards. They get them turned and get them out of vehicles. There's certain ways to extract people from vehicles. Let the EMTs do there. You get there, apply tourniquets as needed, stop the bleeding, take care of anything the best you can. But remember, think C-spine control. Excellent question, brother. I appreciate you bringing it up.
Turns out
balls hot outside.
Turns out SIG did release the information today. It's a 6.8 millimeter hybrid ammo.
Hybrid.
Yeah, so it's not the 6.8 SPC or
okay.
Any of that.
And which SIG was it? The MCX?
I'm actually putting a picture up right now.
All right, so Chad's looking it up for us. Glock or CZ, I had SIG, I don't know, but I do not like much. SIG 365 is fine. Yeah, the 365 is a good gun for concealed carry. I don't have a problem with it at all. Me and Jerry, we get along. VJ's back. I've shot over 70,000 plus rounds through my M&P 45 APC. I missed that gun. Too bad for the canoe accident. Agree, shooting is a perishable skill. You got to work on it. 70,000 rounds. I've got about 34,000 rounds through my my Glock 34. That was a retirement present from my old unit. And it's starting to show wear. I got pins walking out, and Chad finally took all the JB weld off my rear sight and put it in and staked it back down. I'd make a point of demonstrating in class by dropping it on the ground to show how tough it is. So it's been dropped a bunch. David Richardson. It's weird. I was planning my own Op Valkyrie and my best rifles ended up taking a drink. Can't afford scuba gear. Any ideas what a fella can do? Just write off as a loss. Yeah, David. Yeah, I guess you could write him off. Keep track of the serial numbers and stuff, guys, because, you know, when you start filing those insurance claims for all those lost guns, Plus, they sell these big magnets now, rare earth magnets, big ones that you can actually, some people actually making a hobby out of it, going around bridges and trying to find things like that. Who knows? It might be an up and coming business trying to recover all the canoes full of weapons that have gone down in some of the local lakes and oceans and rivers. Those strong currents, they might carry those guns a long ways, brother. They might. Now, guys, understand I'm not condoning anyone breaking any laws at all. I'm just condoning that we make sure people make laws that follow the United States Constitution with respect to all of our amendments, including the first, second, third, all the rest of them. Did I mention how good this coffee is? Rob just threw down a $5 bill asking, what is Operation Wally? That is an excellent question. Operation Wally is a private event. I apologize. The guys that are doing it are a quiet kind of guys, and they do not want the details released. So anyways, I can't give out the details on it. Operation Wally's actually being held up near the Canadian border in December, and it's gonna be a cold one. That cold doesn't bother me. Cold doesn't bother me. I bring good clothing.
I sent you a link.
Sent me a link.
So you can see a picture of the new squad automatic weapon, and I'm assuming that's the new.
Okay. So I'm looking up the pictures here, guys.
And
I'm pretty sure that looks gay. All right, so basically what they did was they had SIG.
I'm putting a picture of it.
Wow, that's pretty stupid looking right there. They had SIG. That's funny. Ergonomics stay the same, which is great. That's what we want to have happen. It looks like it's got a side folding stock, so it'll be a little bit shorter for storage. No big deal. And but keep all the ergonomics the same. Now, so how about for the rest of us here that can't get their hands on it right away? The other advantage that I saw on it right away is it's a gas piston upper. Why does that matter? It matters because gas piston uppers used to suck because they were reliable. They're ultra reliable, which is the whole reason why the varsity team went to the H&K 416. But they weren't that accurate. You weren't getting consistent chamber pressure, which is important for accuracy. You got to have that consistent muzzle velocity. But fast forward, and the gas piston uppers have gotten very reliable. I've got their 308 right here, but Adams Arms makes a that's a shorty gas piston 308, and it's a shorty, and it's still very reliable. I have a Adams Arms conversion kit that I stuck into one of my own gas impingement AR uppers. I wanted to see how well this do-it-yourself kit is. I did it in my workshop, swapped it out. Guys, it's ultra reliable. Don't have any problems with it at all. It runs a lot better than a lot of my other guns. And again, that is just an Adams Arms kit you can drop in. It's a new gas block. It's a new bolt carrier. And it's a piston. That's it. So that wasn't that hard, was it? So anyways, if you're interested in switching one of your ARs to being gas piston, take a look at it. It's made by Adams Arms, and it's pretty sweet. It doesn't allow you to have the side swinging stock. You still have to have the buffer and buffer spring and the buffer tube. But other than that, it's gonna make your AR a little more reliable. You're gonna see more and more companies with ARs going to gas piston. That's just the life behind it. The gripe about gas pistons before for ARs was you had so much mass high moving that it made your follow-up shots slower. I've actually heard that because I tried to get Tactical Edge to do me a gas piston upper, and they don't want to do them, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. Tactical Edge, they make great guns. They make awesome guns. You see me and Z using them in classes and videos. Great guns. But that said, down the road, 2-3 years from now, I'm sure that they will offer a piston upper just like everybody else. It's the way of the future. Gas impingement's going away, guys. It's like 308. 308 is going to go away. 308 is going to go away. That's just how it is. All right, got a couple more here. How deep is it, Dave, and where? Jerry's wanting to go pick up your guns. I'll give you a hint, Jerry. I don't think Dave's going to tell anybody exactly where that canoe was. I don't know. Mike just threw down a $2 bill. Think about buying an AR. What's my favorite brand? Mike, welcome. I don't give out favorite brands. I don't have a favorite brand. And the reason why I say that is this video is now a historical document to be used against me in a court of law, but also for you guys to watch 10 years from now. And if I was to say today that my favorite brand AR is the JP Enterprise 5.56 or the Adams Arms or the Bravo Company or whatever, if I was to give out that, hey, that's Carl's favorite, 2 years from now, it might not be. It might not be. They may all of a sudden get bought out by the Cerberus or somebody, and their quality control might go down the drain. Who knows? Companies get old. Companies are like living, breathing human beings. They good, they get better, they plateau, and then they get passed to other leadership who allow them to stagnate, and then other companies continue to grow, and that company stays there. And eventually everyone goes away. All countries go away. Everything does. Everything lives, everything dies. America, right? This greatest country ever. We're patting ourselves on the back because we've been around since 1776. Wow, man, it's awesome. Guys, Rome was around for 800 years, okay? And they fell for the exact same reasons from within that we're going to have. All you mammals think you're awesome. Guys, the dinosaurs ruled this planet for millions of years. Human beings, human beings are not even going to make a million years. It's awesome. Why? Because of people out there like you, people like me, and all the other nutcases out there that need you and me to intervene. I digress. I'm not supposed to be doing politics. I've been counseled on this before. How dare you ask what kind of AR I want? No more political questions. All right. Nunya Business threw down a $5 bill. Do you know anything about asymmetric solutions based out of Missouri and Florida? No, I do not. Next question, Nolan Champion, $5 bill. What is the special operations experience in November and how do you sign up? That course, thanks for reminding me, that class was actually just canceled because the client had to, two of the clients that were signed up couldn't make it. It'll be rescheduled in the spring. Again, another private course. Guys, I list private classes on the Tactical Rifleman website, not to poke you with a stick, not to piss you off, not to make you want to attend them. I put them on there so that before you come to me with your local church group or your local gun club and you say, hey, Carl, we would like you to do a 2-day medical class and 2-day pistol carbine class for just our group on this weekend, this way you can see that that weekend on my calendar is already filled. So I try to let you guys see. Now, I understand not all my classes are on there, but that's why I listed that special operations experience. It just got turned off while I was at precision rifle class. A class I do have coming up, Nolan, that I know it's short notice, is I want to say it's the first week of October. Guys, that's less than a month away, is our CQB and home defense class. Now, the first day is basic pistol. And the cool part is it's at the Louisville Armory, so you're not sweating your tails off. It's an indoor range, which allows us to do night shooting also during the day. But the Friday is a Combat Pistol 101. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 3 days of CQB and home defense. Why do we combine those two? I combine those two, excellent question. I combine those two because a lot of people want to learn close quarters battle. They want to learn how to do that part of it. And then on the flip side, a lot of people want to learn how to better defend their homes, how to move through their homes to clear their homes, how to set up their homes, how to have fallback plans in their homes. A lot of those classes overlap. They do, because how you clear your home is doing single man or multi-team, multi-man clearing of your own house. If your spouse is switched on like his is with his wife, it's the same thing as doing small team close quarters battle. So we get into entry, actions at the breach point, priorities of work, duties and responsibilities of the 1, 2, 3, 4 man. What are your principles of close quarters battle? Yeah, surprise, speed, violence of action. I got that. Everybody knows that. Everybody's played Call of Duty. Everybody thinks they know everything about CQB. What we've done is we have taken the classified programs of instruction and we've taken the unclassified portions of it, the stuff capable citizens need to know, right? Why? Because last time we taught this class, we had active duty Army guys in the class. We had law enforcement guys, and we had concerned citizens, that's all of you at home, that want to become capable citizens. And it's a great, great course. Guys, I have completely forgotten about advertising this class, and I just went and looked, and I've got like next to nobody signed up for it. So I have to have a certain number of people to run this course. But if you're interested, you can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to events, and it's going to be a great class. It's me, Instructor Z, and we'll have a couple of people there. And you're not doing, don't get me wrong, if you want to do airsoft, that's fine. But we'll be doing live ammo on the ranges, but then we have actual shoot houses and shoot house catwalk, movable walls indoors. And you'll be using real UTM, ultimate training munitions. They run off of gunpowder. Shoots a little aluminum bullet with a plastic nose on it that's filled with lipstick. Paper targets, we'll be doing scenarios where you're actually going against role players. Nobody's shooting at you. If you're worried about getting lumped up, you shouldn't be. But if you want good training, CQB Home Defense is probably the best training course that we have for the rest of the year, hands down. And I can't believe I don't have anybody signed up for it. That would be the course that I would sign up for. And I love doing it because I'm going to spend a ton of money on the situational cartoon targets, the actual photos of the guys holding guns and some holding badges. Some got their girl in the headlock. You'll be shooting them, not bullseyes. And then second day of the class, you're going against actual human beings. It's not just paper targets standing there. They're actually living and breathing. And if you're slow, they're moving to other rooms. If you're not pulling rear security, they're coming in behind you. And it's great, great training. And anyways, I hope you all can make it. The CQB class is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Great, great training. Again, that's at the Louisville Armory, first week. I want to say it's like the first weekend in October. It's coming up. You'll see me advertising it here soon on Instagram and YouTube, all that stuff. But I appreciate you bringing it up. All right, let me got... Hi, you're a smart man, Carl, Jerry. For tactical reasons, I can't tell you the location. Looking forward to more survival videos for you and Randy in the future, Carl. You know, I've got another 2 videos coming up. One is Randy talking about shelters, and just real quick, his videos are not very fancy. Y'all notice that. Randy's not. He doesn't even build full-blown shelters. He builds it enough for the teaching point, and then he moves on. So that's just how Randy is. And then I have a video talking about urban survival. Like if you were to find yourself in a active shooter situation, everybody says run, hide, barricade, fight. And with unfortunately, all the active shooter, active killer situations we've been having, I think it's time for us to bring that subject up again. So you'll see that video coming up in the near future. All right.
Guy asked if we're going to review the new Rambo movie when it comes out.
Of course, that's a given. The new Rambo movie. That's funny. I'm going to pour more coffee while I contemplate how to answer that. Here's the deal, guys. Don't get me wrong. The original Rambo movie is what got Pete Jones, who's done a bunch of our videos. That's what got Pete Jones to go join Special Forces. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. The original one. But you gotta remember, it's Hollywood. One, you want to bash Sylvester Stallone for not wanting to go to the Vietnam War. All right, that's fine. But I know people that know Sylvester Stallone personally. And even though he's not allowed to come out in Hollywood and be conservative because they're all a bunch of libtard nutcases in Hollywood, Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they are actually very, very conservative guys. Unfortunately, both of them have to live like recluses because of the world, their chosen profession. It's like I'm not allowed to go to the Middle East anymore. It's just part of what I've decided to do. Okay, but no big deal. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch the movie. I probably won't. I don't. I'm not gonna spend hard-earned money to go see a Rambo movie. But I'll wait for it to come out on DVD, and then I'll let you all know what I think of it.
These guys are
okay. I got a couple others here. Nolan Champion just threw down another $2 bill. How do you get private training? You go to, say it for me. Come on, everybody, say it out loud for him. TacticalRifleman.com. And when you read about events there, it'll say specifically if you want private training, reach out to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com, and that email string will be forwarded to me. We do private training. Of course, prices always vary, guys, but basically you got to look at the profit margin where we would make training a regular class with 10, 15 people in it, and you want private training. So we have a set price that we charge depending on the class. It's usually around $1,000 a day, and then plus expenses after that. That's really not a lot of money. It's really not. For some people, for me it is. Honest, I can't go any cheaper than that. But again, reach out to put the kind of training you want and email it to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. All right, Jerry J, it is big difference between a team and one guy's CQB. Yes, and we cover both of them in the class. Some of the principles stay the same. Pieing the doorways, priorities of work, knowing where to look in rooms. And then the other thing is people always think, well, I'm by myself. I have to do everything by myself. If you're running to the sound of the gunfire in the mall because you're down at the sporting goods store and your wife and daughter at the other end of the mall, where the active shooter's at and you're running in that direction, if everyone's running this way and there's another guy on the other side of the food court running the same direction as you, maybe he's a cop, maybe he's an off-duty cop, maybe he's a former Marine. There's no such thing, by the way. Marines stay Marines forever. But my point is, he's just like you. Why would you two want to go to the sound of the gunfire by yourself individually? Why would you not team up and work together as a team? So, and that's why I say the more people that I can educate on close quarters battle, the more people I can educate on home defense, the more people I can educate on how to be capable citizens instead of just concerned citizens. Together, we can work together and make the world a better place. So there is a difference. None of your business is back. Thank you, sir. Your videos are awesome. Even though my wife hates your voice, me too. Her earbuds are in right now. She prefers John Lovell, probably his hair. I'm not bashing John Lovell. I've never watched any of his videos. I try not to watch other people's videos because I don't want to get contaminated. My brain, I have enough. I am a walking library of worthless knowledge. I will be able to share this stuff for years, so I don't watch other people's stuff. That said, I hear everybody speaks highly of him. I actually met him at the NRA show. Him and Mr. Guns and Gear came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder. We talked for a few minutes. He's a great guy. John Lovell, Mr. Guns and Gear. These turns out that they are very, very nice guys. And anyways, I get along with him. I couldn't tell you about his hair. I don't have a homosexual molecule anywhere. Video broke.
Something's going on here.
Okay. The video froze. You fucking suck.
Hold on. Here we go.
All right, can you guys hear me?
We should be good.
Type yes. Can you guys hear me? LOL. LOL. You're back. No chow for the calm guy. Oh, see what happens when you talk about John Lovell? Everything goes all to shit. No, I've heard John Lovell's a nice guy.
Heather said she could hear us the whole time.
The whole time, huh?
Yep.
That's fine. Heather is our other mediator. Heather's actually the person that edits all the videos. So even though she's not a gun girl, poor girl, bless her heart, she has to sit through every one of my videos, every one of them. Poor thing. I love that. I love that girl. I love Heather to death. Heather's awesome. Travis threw down a $5 bill. What's your recommended CCW placement? Concealed carry weapon placement. Wanting to train to appendix carry instead of 4 o'clock. It depends. Depends on the situation. If I'm in a high threat environment, I will carry 4 o'clock simply because that's where my bigger guns will be. But other than that, I appendix carry. Like right now, I'm not carrying a gun right now because I'm here. So that's why I'm appendix carrying. If I'm going to be carrying, I carry at 4 o'clock. But no, appendix carry, guys, is you flag yourself with the pistol every time you draw. You flag yourself with the pistol every time you put the pistol away. So that said, do not appendix carry unless you're going to practice your draw a lot. Every time you get up in the morning, you're getting dressed to go outside. Before you leave, you need to do 10 dry fire draws with your concealed carry pistol. Do it in the mirror. All right, then load and then go out the day. If you do that, if you get in the habit of practicing 10 dry fire draws with your concealed carry pistol, get in a habit of doing that every morning. It will change your life. It'll change the way you dress. You'll become confident with that firearm. Now, as far as live firing appendix carry, guys, it's next to impossible if you practice correctly, practice your draw. If you're drawing correctly, you're not going to shoot your crank off. The problem people run into a lot of times is reholstering. Draw fast. Draw fast. You put the firearm away reluctantly. All right? I have seen 5 operators shoot themselves, not 5 civilians, all right? Not 5 regular Army guys. I've seen 5 operators shoot themselves, and 3 of the 5 were reholstering their firearms. I want that to sink in. All right, they were trying to reholster their firearms. All right, so especially if you're running a striker fired pistol that does not have an external safety, i.e. a Glock. Guys, I'm not putting that pistol away until there's no more threat. And then when there's no more threat, I am going to get the shirt out of the way and I'm going to put it away carefully. If you're not confident, pull the holster off, reholster so that the trigger guard is protected, and then put it back in. You're not slowing down your draw on the range. You're not slowing anybody down, because after you've shot, we finish the drill and then we talk about it and then we'll go back and we'll do it again. Draw fast, reholster reluctantly. So anyways, I have no problems with guys doing appendix carry. It used to be a no-no, but I need everybody to get outside of the flat range mindset. All right, you need to think 360 battlefield, 360 degrees, and that includes while you're sitting in the restaurant, that includes while you're sitting in your vehicle, all right? It includes while you're wearing all your different kinds of clothing, and you'll find that appendix carry is still accessible almost 99% of the time, where it's not if you have the firearm at 4 o'clock. For example, kayaking yesterday. Yesterday was Labor Day. I took Labor Day off. I had precision rifle class over the weekend. Guys, I relaxed yesterday. Took me and the wife, we went kayaking in the morning, and then after that we went to the local off-road park and brought the Jeep up and down the hills, and we had a blast. Wasn't carrying a gun on me, so basically that meant I still had my church pistol, my Glock 43 appendix carried while I was kayaking. So I guess that makes that my swimming pistol. So I had my swimming pistol with me while I was kayaking. It's nice and comfortable while you're kayaking. It's very accessible while you're kayaking. You never know. You just never know. I didn't say I was right. My wife reminds me of that all the time. All right, so excellent question, Travis. I got J0341 Raw. Just dropped $1.99. I appreciate that. We're going to spend that on ammo and camera equipment. Jerry J is back. Brent Law, I think former soft guys should get together and create a SOPC and capable citizens franchise, then lobby Congress for military readiness tax credit and an enlistment referral bonus. Jerry, now you're just talking crazy, man. Everything you just said makes complete sense. So you know there's no way any politician is ever going to back you. You got to remember, your job as a full-time career politician is not to help the American people. No, if you're a career politician, your job is to put money in your own pocket. And that's why they have things like you serve one term, you get that paycheck for the rest of your life. That's why they have things like they don't fall under anybody else's laws. It's why they have things like that. You know, pass a law right away that says all laws apply to Congress also. Start there, and then, oh my God, common sense would break out across the whole planet. Clouds would part, the sun would come out, and the world would be a better place. But you've got that fungus that grows called politicians. All right, Rich Whitman's back. Carl is always right, except for when I'm wrong. I have been wrong several times. There was one time where I thought I had screwed something up and I was mistaken. Little joke there, guys. That's all. My wife says I have the same problem. I think I'm always right. I'm not. I often have it pointed out to me where I have made mistakes. It's happened. Do you encourage suppressors in classes? Yes, I do. Here's why. I encourage you to use whatever you want, whatever you're going to use for your own situation, whatever you're coming to get training for. That's what I want you to use. If you come to one of our classes because you want to become a better competition shooter, okay, I teach combat shooting, but I'll make you a better combat shooter. If you come because you want to be better at home defense and protecting your property, and you want to use medium range weapons with suppressors and everything, that's what I want you to come to class with. If you want to come to class and your focus is on concealed carry, you might have a rifle in your vehicle, but for the most part, you want to use concealed carry. That's what I encourage you to use. Now, that said, for home defense, the suppressor guys, having a suppressor on your gun, what, like you don't have a suppressed firearm laying around? Y'all are full of shit. Having a suppressor on your weapon for home defense, one, this is going to help save your hearing. You notice I wear hearing aids, okay? And unless you keep a set of ear pro right next to your head, it saves your hearing. Now, a lot of people will say, but Carl, it doesn't matter. Just a couple of bullets aren't going to hurt your hearing. It's not going to cause permanent hearing damage. But if you light up the first guy and there are 3 other meth addicts running around inside your house, your hearing's shot and theirs is not. So run it for the sound. But 2, more importantly for me, is it gets rid of the flash, because I don't want to lose my night vision either. Okay, I would run a gun light on my weapon for home defense. And if they cut the power to the house, or I'll cut the power, I'll turn lights off, okay? So anyways, a suppressor is great for home defense, whether it's this Dead Air one, ACs, there's lots of great suppressors out there. Just match them to the calibers and use good ammo for home defense. All right, next question. Jerry J's back. Absolutely agree. My friend from SF tried politics and he gives up. Google his name. Miroslav Ledinsky. I love Jerry J because he's like old school European guy. Me and Jerry, we're going to hit it off good. Guys, you hear that? That means we're getting towards the bottom of the thing here. So I've got time for just a couple more questions. So, again, guys, I can't stress enough that I screwed up. Probably one of the best classes that you're not going to get anywhere else, that we offer all year long. We only offer it once a year, is the CQB and home defense class. So if you're watching and you're interested, it is at the Louisville Armory first week. It's like the first real weekend in October. You can find the details at tacticalrifleman.com. Chad's going to be there. Emery's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Chad's going to be there. Going to be a busy class, and hopefully I get a bunch of students, because I'd like to have a couple assault cells, and it's fun. It's cool because you guys get to actually get up on the catwalk and watch other people doing it. And I don't run classes that are so big that you're sitting there with 20, 40 people. No, we run small classes, so you will get time by yourself, actually clearing the rooms by yourself, and as a team, and as a full assault cell. So it's a great class. That would be the biggest class I would push for the rest of the year. Besides that, I'm really looking forward to a couple of the classes I have coming up. The Patreon only one is, that's going to be a party for sure. 4 days long, 5 days if you count Susan and Glenn. And it's going to be a good time. Rich Whitman threw down a $5 bill. As a matter of fact, I just said they were. All those guys. No, Randy Rawhide Worse is not doing the CQB and home defense class. Here's why. When I teach a class, guys, I bring you subject matter experts. I'm not a subject matter expert on anything. I am a jack of all trades. I am the guy that can bring you to this level all the way from down here on a lot of different subjects, whether it's on-road driving, off-road driving, tactical this, medical this, shooting that. I can bring you from the bowels all the way up to here. But I like to be able to offer you guys top of the line training. So for every class, I bring what I consider the subject matter experts. So if we're doing survival courses, I'm bringing Randy Rawhide Worst. He will be showing his face at the Patreon only course. He will not be at the CQB course. The CQB course, I'm using guys specifically from the special mission units. Right.
Rich actually said that's what he was talking about. Is
okay.
Patreon.
Oh, he was talking about Patreon.
Yeah,
all right. Sorry, brother. I didn't know. Okay.
What was the other part?
They're
saying that it's listed on the calendar as two different dates for the. I'm looking right now for the CQB and home defense. I believe it's listed as October 5th through the 7th and October 17th through the 19th. So I think that issue with the calendar might not be squared away yet. I'm looking right now.
I'll look and fix that, guys. It's actually the first. It's the earlier one in October. Late October, I am teaching in San Antonio. I'll check on that for you. I appreciate you guys mentioning that. CQB course, do you have to shoot each other? No, you do not. You do not. No. Matter of fact, you're not supposed to shoot the other assaulters around you. You're not. But honestly, that's why instead of using live ammo for the whole course, we use UTM. Don't worry about the UTM conversion kits. I'll have them there for rent if you guys don't own your own UTM kit. Some people do. You'd be surprised. You just buy the UTM ammo as you use it. I'm not going to make you buy 1,000 rounds. If you use 200 rounds, you'll pay me for 200 rounds. If you use 250, you pay for 250. But there will be drills where we're doing live ammo, and you'll be shooting your own guns. When we switch over to doing UTM, you're still using your own guns, your own ARs, and but you'll be dropping in our bolts. Jerry J, Cold War style officer, ended as a first lieutenant intel, did not have ranks. Cool. Jerry, I appreciate you sharing. What was your question?
Heather said that the one that is on the 17, she's saying there's one there listed for next year. It's already scheduled for next year. So
yeah.
Just check.
That's already for next year.
Okay, so they're both
next
there,
year.
This year's and next year's. So
all right, they're talking, the one for later in the month in October is for 2020.
It's marked. Heather just said.
I was implying with UTM ha-has. No, I honestly, Nolan, you shouldn't be shooting each other with UTMs either. And here's why. Rule number 1, treat every weapon as if it is loaded. These are real firearms. They're your guns. And while they will not shoot live ammo while we have the UTM kits in them, we're still treating them as though they're shooting live ammo. And the UTM is there as a safety consideration, but we are still running them as though they are live ammo. They are just there to keep you as a civilian from accidentally shooting the cop or the regular Army guy, or from that regular Army guy or cop or other civilian from shooting you. To keep you safe and keep me safe. I don't want to be up on the catwalk, have you come in at high ready, get scared because the boogeyman jumps out at you, and have you end up shooting a gun up into me on the catwalk. That would suck. That would really suck. All right, so anyways, guys, we are coming up at the 6:30 mark, and that's where I have been asked to, Because guys, I would stay here. I'd stay here for hours with you. I really would. But I want to give a big shout out again to our sponsors. Obviously, Sportsman's Guide, Global Ordnance. That's that company that's got that new Strybog out, which is just a sexy little subgun. Again, I'm still waiting on mine. I hope Global Ordnance can hear that. But yeah, use the promo code TACTICAL and you can get $50 off your own Strybog. If you're curious about the promo codes, go down underneath this video window. And I always do a write-up underneath each video. We list the promo codes there. Now, on our Friday videos, we always do a write-up. If you've never noticed that before, guys, sometimes I've got a 1,500-word write-up under those videos where we answer all of your questions. Some of our other sponsors this week was Big Daddy Unlimited. And again, if you want to do sponsorship of this live stream here, you can go to Leviathan Group and reach out to them there, and they'll let you know how you can throw $20 bills at us. Why? Because it helps me pay for that light, and check this out, helps me pay for that microphone right there. So we're getting a better studio set up here simply because of you guys investing in us. Last and foremost, I want to thank my patrons again for all their support. Going to Patreon started, and I know Patreon's got a lot of bad press right now because of other gun channels. I'm sure they'll eventually learn to hate me and we'll go somewhere else. But Patreon was supposed to be a way for me to gather money when YouTube started demonetizing our videos, which keeps happening. But that's how it started. But our Patreon family has turned into Tactical Rifleman Nation. And we've got a nice little Patreon family there. And we're growing very, very close. And we're going to be doing more and more Patreon events. So kind of cool. We're also planning our first course in Australia. We're locking in the dates for that. Also going to be awesome. So if I can go to Australia, going through ITARs and the State Department and everything else, means I can go anywhere else, guys. There's no reason why I can't teach a class in Oklahoma or Florida or even behind enemy lines in California and New York. You guys bring me out there. I've actually taught classes in both those places. I'll go back. I don't mind it. So anyways, gents, that's all I got for this week. Chad, did I miss anything? Did we not cover everything this week?
No, I think we did pretty good.
Oh, cool. No live force on force training. Yeah, no live.
Somebody asked for a Chad face reveal, but...
Chad's face reveal. Guys, Chad's been in some of our videos. Chad will be in more videos. And you can go look up, you can find him on Instagram. Find him on Instagram.
He's it. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we'll have Chad do a cameo appearance next Tuesday. Gents, I got a busy week scheduled ahead of me, ton to do. So anyways, I want to thank everybody for coming, and I'll see you all next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all take care and shoot straight.